Hi folks, Jem here and welcome back to my creative space. Now my last video I showed you how to make the basis for 3 zines. So it was my first time making zines, so I was trying out different methods to create different backgrounds and really just have a play and see what I liked. Now what I want to do today, it's going to be a short video today for 2 reasons. One, you can hear I have a nasty throat. I had my grandchildren to stay last week and bless them, the lovely generous souls they are. They shared all their horrible germs with me, so I have a pretty sore throat today, so I don't need to be talking for too long. The other reason is that when I made my zine for the swap that I'm participating in, I had a major camera malfunction and it didn't record. But what I'm going to do is walk you through what I did, and I'm going to do another video showing you the whole process. But for today, so these are the 3 that we made last week. In the last video I did one which was collaged onto paper. I did one which was done with a brayer and some mark making, and then I did this one which was done with Pearl-Ex powders on the gel plate. And I will link the previous video up in the top corner just about now, and you'll be able to go and have a look at that if you want to see how I make those. So where did I go after that? Well, a couple of interesting things. At the time I said I think that whilst I liked this one, I didn't like the white bits of paper that I could see because this was quite a dark background, and so I did the same thing again but on a sheet of black paper, and I really love how this has come out. And for me personally, if I'm doing a darker colourway again for zines, I would definitely do it on the black paper. So here's how my second one of those came out. And again, you see just a little bit of mark making, and the rest was the brayer on the A4 size sheet, on the letter sized sheet. So there you go, that's what it looked like as a sheet. Folds up into a zine. And do you know what? I'm almost reluctant to do too much with this one. I think it's a real kind of work of art as it is on its own. So I'm not going to do anything with that right now. I'm going to think about that for a few days and see. Here's another one that I tried. I wanted just to try a different colour scheme. And because, as I explained in the last video, I'm participating in a swap, which is to make a Halloween or autumn themed zine. So I was trying out some alternative Halloween colours here, and again I've done this on the black paper, and this is just ordinary, it might be slightly thicker than copy paper, but it's not a lot. It would be the equivalent. And so again I've just used the brayer and some bright colours. So again, nice little basis for a zine that you can then go ahead and do other things with. Now the other thing I did, just to quickly show you, I had a couple of brayer off sheets lying around, and I'm always looking for things to do with these. So look at this, just a very ordinary little brayer off sheet, but look, when you fold it into a zine, look what happens. You got the most amazing backgrounds to start playing with. So I would say gel prints that you're not that into, or brayer off sheets, have a go, try them. And I've got to be honest and say, I think because this is lighter colours and there is some white still visible in the brayer off sheet, I don't mind the white background quite so much. So there's that one. And I did this one as well, and this one was even just, it's on an old diary page, as you can see. I've been using it as a brayer off sheet, and not quite so successful I don't think, but again I'm pretty sure that with some embellishments and some ephemera in there, you could turn that into quite a nice little booklet. Alright, so that's those. Now, this is the one which I collaged. And one of the things I was interested in seeing was whether it became too thick and unwieldy when it was collaged with book pages and music paper. And it is a little bit. I think I will make it work as a zine, but what I did do was to put it on my printer and scan it. Now I have like a really basic $30, $40 printer. It scans, it copies, and it prints. Not great quality, but it does work. And all I've done is I've thrown that in there and scanned it, and then I've printed it. Now I discovered when I printed this sheet that some of my ink, my coloured ink cartridge, was running out, so you'll see it's come out quite a different colour. But I don't mind that actually. So this was just the trial one I printed off. And what I then did was I went into a program called Canva, and I'm sure some of you have worked with that. You don't have to have Canva, you can use any sort of editing program. And look, I only have the free version of Canva, but what I did was I uploaded that scan as a photo, and then I put a filter over it. And look at that. So here's the original, here's the copy. And the beauty of doing something like this is that you can put different filters over your background and get completely different effects. So there you go. There's just a few that I've done just to show you, and I'm going to be making those into a zine. And I think I might choose this one in particular because I have this box of ephemera which I've had for a while. I bought, I think, as a couple of kits, and I've only used little bits of it, and I thought that this one particularly, the colours would go. So my next video, I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. But for today, I want to just walk you through one that, excuse me, that I did. So this was my original one, and this is done on the gel plate using Pearl-Ex powders. Now this is slightly smaller because I only have an 8x10 gel plate. So this was the biggest one I could get. But I made this, and again, loved it, but didn't like the fact that it was on the white paper. So did exactly the same thing, but pulled it with a black sheet of paper. And this is where I had the recording malfunction, I'm afraid. But this is what I've ended up with. So this is my little zine that is going to be sent off for the challenge that we're doing. So I'll show you what I've done. So I've got a little closure here. And I'll bring the original one in as well so that you can see. So what I've done with these is where there is a slit in the side, I've sealed this edge here and made this a pocket. And where there is a slit in the top, I've sealed the bottom edge and made this into a pocket. So there's 2 top pockets and 2 side pockets. So here you'll see, this is the first one. I'll flick through first so that you can see the design. And I loved this when I did it on the gel plate originally, and really felt that it didn't need too much more embellishment. So rather than adding to the pages, because they're interesting on their own, what I have done is, as I say, I've made those 4 little pockets, and in each pocket is a tag. And when you turn the tag over, there's a little envelope, and in the envelope you will find what I've done is I've typed a short history of Halloween and split it into 4, and it's in 4 stages or 4 segments, 4 chapters, whatever you want to call them, on the 4 tags. And part of my inspiration for doing that was when I did some reading and some research into zines and what they were. Zines were often originally almost underground publications from minority groups or minority interests as a way of disseminating information. And so I thought using the zine to tell the history of Halloween in this way was a bit of a nod to the origins of zine, or the original uses for zines. So here, this is chapter 2, if you like. And I'm hoping that whilst this is a little booklet, it will provide some interest. It's sort of got some hidden bits and pieces to keep your interest. And so here we have the same. This is envelope number 3, chapter 3. Oh, just get that back in properly. And chapter 4 is in here. And then I chose to add this little closure, which is a very simple circle cut from card with a brad through the middle, and that's actually going through what is essentially the front cover of the zine. I've got some nice green string there, and that just comes round and wraps, and it's got a few beads just to hold the dangle in place. So there we go. Hopefully that's been in shot and you can see that. As I say, really short video today because of my throat, but what I will do in the next few days is to use the photocopy from the collage zine that I did and that lovely ephemera that you saw, and I will create a zine and I'll film it and you can see the process, because there are other things that you can do as well as putting the pockets in the side. There's all sorts of other things you can add into a zine, just like you would a junk journal. So for now, here's my Hallowzine for you, and I hope this has been interesting. Please feel free, leave a comment below, give me a thumbs up, all those normal things. But for now, thank you for watching. Ka kite anō.